the ASMARtist. Hello guys, I am the ASMARtist. Welcome back to my channel. I have a video today that I'm sure you'll like. It's all about mic triggers and hand sounds. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I need to have a better light set up here. There we go, that looks good. And a little autofocus test. It's not focusing there. Focused. Bam. Autofocus. Autofocus. And I guess we'll throw some visuals in there too. Grab, twist, and pull. And grab and twist and pull. We're back in the 23mm lens, so when I reach out, it has that accentuated effect that was not given to us with the zoom lens at 35mm last time. One thing that I noticed about this 23mm, which I actually like more, I was trying to decide if I like the autofocus on this or the kit lens, the zoom lens that came with the camera, 18-55. And the thing is with the zoom lens, if I move my hands at all, it immediately stops focusing on my face, even if like I'm not showing anything. Like I'll be doing like this and it'll focus on my hands. I don't like that. The 23mm seems to know when I want it to focus on my hands, when I want it to focus on my face. I don't know, to an extent. It's not absolutely perfect, but it does a pretty damn good job. Like it's still focusing on my hand, even though my eyes are in the background. And I like it. I keep having to remind myself that you guys like when I do the camera talk. Because I'm like, oh, I gotta stop talking about this. And then you guys are like, but I love when you talk about that. So I'll try to keep doing it. With the black mic cover on instead of the fuzzy one. I guess it does look a little bit more boring. But I think this black one actually sounds better than the fuzzy one, to be honest. Has better background noise rejection. Just a tiny little bit. Isolates the sound a bit more. This room is completely untreated. I'm actually really happy with how this room sounds considering the studio. By the way, if you're interested in how I achieve this setup, just today I posted, right before I started recording, literally, I put up a video of me with, of the equipment from behind the scenes perspective. And it's kind of crazy just how many stands I have in this room and the mess all over the floor. And there's just equipment everywhere. It's crazy in here. Let's go without it. I do hear a definite difference. That's good. I think you can just tell the sound is crisper without a mic cover on it at all. And I think I have gotten a lot better with, there's actually a technique to how you should talk, especially when you're really up close to a microphone. Let's move this up a tiny little bit. There's a technique that you should use when talking into a microphone, especially one that doesn't have a cover. Right up on it. If I get really up close, you'll start hearing more bass in my voice, and that's called the proximity effect. And that will happen with almost any microphone. But the audio fidelity is great without a, maybe I'll just try to get better with, the main thing comes, it clips the audio without a cover. If I laugh, breathe out of my nose really quick, it goes right into the mic, or even you just kind of heard a little bit of it there. If I'm not very careful with my plosives, which is like p, s, f, those different harsher sounds, if I'm not careful with that, it can do bad things to the audio. Which is, you wouldn't think with how much my concern is for video, but that is priority numero uno with ASMR. But in my opinion, at least with the setup that I have, I was at a point where I was happy with the audio much faster than I was with video. Let's do the fuzzy cover. All right, now we got the fuzzy cover. And now I feel like it's up too far. You know, it's covering my chin. Maybe it, you know, I don't know. It's finding a balance. Do I like it better with the higher sound quality? But then I have to be careful with how I'm talking, or do I like it where it takes out some of the background noise? This fluffy cover isn't as nearly as satisfying as the fluffy one on the Zoom, which I almost used for this video, but I wanted to use the Blue Yeti. I'm starting to think I might prefer the Blue Yeti over the Zoom. I didn't think I'd say that. But again, it's a compromise, because the Zoom is much easier and faster to set up. The Blue Yeti is more of a pain in the butt and takes about 10 extra steps. But at least according to the title, this should be a pro level microphone, a Blue Yeti Pro. But the Zoom H6 is, I've talked a lot about it. These snaps are very nice right now. I've talked a lot about it, but the Zoom H6 is just, the value that you get for your money there is just unmatched. And it runs on AA batteries, which some might, I don't know, consider bad, but I think it's awesome what it can do. It runs on 4 AA batteries. And right now, when I use the Blue Yeti, that's the thing, is the Zoom is much faster to set up because I just put it up there. I'm done. I hit record. It records. With the Blue Yeti Pro, I'm using XLR, so I'm not using the USB, which is what most people use when they use a Blue Yeti. But that's why you get a Pro, because it has the XLR jack. This was a whole struggle of finding the audio back in like January on this channel. That's what I was rambling about. So I have to use XLR, which is just like basically like an on-stage like microphone, like a Shure handheld microphone. So you plug into that. That's called an XLR cord, and that has better audio fidelity than USB. But to do that, I need to have these things called Fathead Phantoms, which are like basically gain boosters, because if I rely on the preamps in the Blue Yeti too much, and I'm trying to get, obviously you want your ASMR audio to be nice and loud, and if you have to crank up the preamps too much in the Blue, then you get some hissing noise. There's always a compromise with cameras and audio. If you do settings too much, it results in bad things. So if you overcrank your preamps, there's an underlying hiss in your audio. If you overcrank your ISO, there's noise in your video. So you need proper amounts of light, proper amounts of gain. It's all kind of similar in all the different aspects of video production. But yeah, so I have to run a cord out of this, which goes into 2 separate XLR inputs. So there's 2 different channels this is recording to, one for this side, one for this side. And then it's an extra step in post, also using the Blue microphone, where I have to pan those off to the correct sides, and it needs a little bit more in terms of audio compression and, I don't know, just little audio tweaks to make it sound good. The Zoom H6, I'm pretty much happy with it right out of the thing. But that's, you know, people like, there's, again, like I said, there's this balance. And sometimes it's better to do the thing that maybe isn't as crazy good visually or audio-wise, if it means that it's not as difficult for you, and that means that you're gonna make something, versus being deterred from creating something because of that extra step. That's why I think lo-fi ASMR is so great, and why it's so cool that you guys appreciate that. Let's do some mic cupping. Oh, I want to do some patty triggers here. I just saw Kelly Belly do it. The visual of the mic. But yeah, that's why the lo-fi ASMR is so great. I don't even edit that at all. This is so satisfying. Visuals without touching the mic. Microphone visuals, and just circle circling and I used to do this all the time. I haven't done it in a while. I've been so rambly lately with the content. Eventually, you guys are just going to be watching me, and you're going to know everything you need to know to start your own channel. It's also, I don't know, that's the thing with, I'm just in a mood to talk about video today. When it comes to video, it's actually a really hard process to learn everything that you need to know to get a professionally looking video. Because there's just so much you have to know. Even in just terms of basic camera settings, like imagine you just got a camera and then all of a sudden you have to figure out where to set all of these settings, your ISO, your aperture, your shutter speed, you're gonna need your frame rate, your aspect ratio, this, that, and the other thing. It just, yeah, it can be a lot. And then even just exposure, like having the proper brightness levels. Your camera tells you, you know, that right now this would be considered overexposed in my face, but that is what is considered flattering. Having a little bit overexposed lighting on your face, which, you know, overexposed sounds bad, but yeah, I don't know, there's all these like little rules. There's all these, a million little things. Oh man, I forgot to turn on the backlight. Guys, I forgot to turn on the backlight. Oh, that sucks. This whole video could have looked better if I just... Because it takes me, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to get everything set up. If I'm starting from nothing, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes otherwise. Because usually when I'm done recording, I get stuff out of the way. But, so I turned that light off so I could get stuff ready, and I forgot to turn it back on. Ugh. Whatever, I hope it looks good now. Let me know if it looked better before. Maybe it was not worth the change. I have no clue what that was, but it really messed with the autofocus. It did not know what to do after that. It was like, what? That completely destroys it. Do you see how long it's taking to get back into focus? So, you know, there's a little tip with your camera. If you want your autofocus to do well, don't do that. Let's tap on this little battery box. I get a bunch of replacement batteries on Amazon because I'm starting to collect. The Zoom H6 is one of them. I just got a flash, which I should show you before this video's over. But I use AA batteries for a lot of things. I'm sick and tired of buying special batteries for everything. I had to get a special battery for my camera, special battery for my lights, for my monitor, even though they could take the same battery, but... So, having just stuff that takes AA batteries is great. Someday, when I can do videos as a legit business, I'll just get some nice rechargeable ones. So, close we can get. Focus on the Energizer Bunny. He's bulling. He's bulling with his sunglasses. And just like that, I produced some garbage, guys. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing how life works like that. Alright, now I said I'd show you guys this flash. It's kind of crazy. So here's my black X-T3. I'm filming on the silver one this time. It's kind of hard to see. I only have like one light off to that side, so I have to turn everything that way. Anyway, this is the flash. Isn't that big? That compared to the camera. It actually weighs more than the camera. But it runs on AA batteries and it's legit. This will be my last purchase for the wedding. I have everything I really need to do wedding photography, at least as a decent starter to it. So this is it, fully up on it, and you can tilt it down. These don't have built-in flashes. Some cameras do, but usually they're not very good, so they forewent that. You can get a legit flash, and you can it makes that sound. You set what your focal length is. Let's say if I'm shooting at 33 millimeters. And then this is on picture mode. And I want to take a picture. You ready? Oh, it doesn't have a memory card in it. Shit. I just say we're at 35 millimeters. Set this. I guess the closest is 33. I don't fully understand this thing yet. I'm going to have to do a bunch of research before I can talk to you about it in a way that sounds like I know what I'm saying, but I'm just kind of telling you what I'm doing here. It does speak to the camera. It can tell what aperture it is at. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually show that to you. You can see what it looks like when it flashes. Ready? It was very quick. Very quick. I'm gonna take a picture. You ready? Boom. You just got your picture taken by a professional. Just stay there. Let me just zoom the lens in. And no, hold on. This is essential. You have to do it this many times to get it to work. Okay, now it's ready. Okay, and just stay there. Just stay there. Now you're looking good. You're looking good. And bam. That threw off the autofocus again. Like always, we kind of strayed away from the original idea of hand sounds and mic triggers, so we went off into a ramble, and it was about cameras again. I hope that was still good. I know there's probably at least 10 people watching at this point right now. Leave a comment down below if you are. And that's honestly all it takes for me to... That's a good feeling, because I'm really just doing exactly what I want to talk about, and you guys are here for it, and that is the most healthy relationship I could have with my audience. So we're in a good relationship, guys. I don't feel like I have to talk about anything that I don't want to. I don't feel like I have to do anything I don't want to. I literally just do what makes me happy, and it makes you happy, and that is a good symbiotic relationship. Yeah. This might be a lot better. You can definitely hear more road noise, but like I'm giving myself some chills right now. I don't know if that's the case for the rest of the audio. I don't know. This is a nice little mic comparison test throughout the video as well. So you can get used to a couple triggers without it, with the black one, with the fuzzy cover. This was truly a full package ASMARtist video. I whipped out a camera. I talked about cameras for a while. Did some hand sounds, did some visuals, talked about the autofocus. Yeah, that's the whole package. Yep, that's the whole package. This side, that side, this side, that side, this side, Alright, well, I think that's all I got for this video. It's gonna be a longer one. I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll actually, if I'm doing longer videos, I'll actually do like one video a week. Versus last week I did a lot, even though I said exactly the opposite of that. I said I was gonna do the exact opposite. Whatever, it's cool. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. I wanna know what you have to think. I know I asked you a bunch of questions in this video. I'd love to hear your opinion on the different mic covers, the lighting, all of that. And that's it. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope I'm seeing on the monitor some weird things just now in the lines of my shirt. Sometimes that happens. I hope it's just the small monitor. I hope it's not in the actual video. But if it is, oh well. Alright, bye guys. I should have done this before I hit record. I have to run the cable through the microphone for the headphones so it doesn't smack up against it the whole time. There we go. I can hear myself now.